If you're planning a cruise for 2022, we have some good news. It looks like behind the scenes, there were some changes made to CDC's voluntary program. I'm going to let you know all of the details and how it affects you in the video coming up ahead. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, it looks like the cruise lines and the CDC have come to an agreement on that CDC voluntary program for cruise ships. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the details of that, how the cruise lines have opted in, but more importantly, what it means for you. What is it that you can expect from vaccinations, from boosters, from pre-cruise testing? Because it looks like there was a change from masks, protocols, and more. And if you are sailing with children or maybe grandchildren into the next few months, this is really some important information for you. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give the video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, let's get started. So firstly, it looks like all major cruise lines have opted into this program. And basically, this voluntary program is for cruise ships that will be sailing in and out of US waters. So individual cruise ships can operate under different vaccination statuses. So the first vaccination status is the Vaccination Standard of Excellence. And basically what this is that 95% of passengers and crew would need to be considered vaccination up to date, according to the CDC, which is basically having a booster shot when eligible. Now, just something to mention is at the time that I am filming this, out of 110 cruise ships that have opted in, there are none that are operating at the Vaccination Standard of Excellence. Now, the next vaccination status is highly vaccinated, and it really is mostly very similar to what they have in place right now. And basically, this is 95% of passengers and crew would need to be fully vaccinated for the ship to be considered highly vaccinated. Now, the CDC did make a change, and I'm going to go over that in just a minute because they made a couple of really major changes, and this will make a big difference for cruising in 2022. Now, if you are planning a cruise, it is very likely that you will be on a highly vaccinated cruise ship because the majority of cruise ships will be sailing under this vaccination status. And the next vaccination status is not highly vaccinated, basically under 95% of passengers and crew that are vaccinated. And so far, we actually see that 3 MSC cruise ships are on this list operating as not highly vaccinated. Now, I don't know if this can change. It just might, but this is what we see right now, and I'm going to leave it up on the screen for you to see. You can check out all of this information and keep up to date on the CDC website. So as you know, when the CDC brought out these voluntary guidelines, CLIA, the cruise lines, and even many of you thought that these were really a little bit discriminatory towards the cruise lines, really singling them out. And it looks like there were some negotiations made, and there are some really better things that are now part of this new voluntary program. So one of them is the fact, and I think that if you do have children or grandchildren, this could really be something very good for you. So it is the fact that for a cruise ship to be considered 95% vaccinated, they are not going to be counting anybody who is not eligible to get a vaccine. So this includes children that are under the age of 5. So we can now see that on Carnival Cruise Line's website, they do say that if you're sailing with children that are under the age of 5, you no longer have to apply for an exemption. So this is some really good news. Now, it looks like for other cruise lines, they will be posting their updated information in the coming week on their website. Now, something else that's changed is the isolation and quarantine rules. And basically, you can see this on the CDC website that they say this was updated to give cruise lines more discretion and flexibility of how they handle quarantine and isolation on board, in particular for close contacts. And another thing that happened, although it's really not part of the voluntary program, but it happened a couple days before, is the CDC did lower their travel warning for cruises from a level 4 to a level 3, much better. And there really is an acknowledgement that cruise lines have less cases of COVID on board, and you can actually see on the CDC website the color status of the different cruise ships, and you can see that that really is improving from what was there before. So a few other things that we do need to talk about are boosters, pre-cruise testing, and masks and other protocols. So when it comes to pre-cruise testing, it looks like there is a little more flexibility, some good news, and we do see this in particular on the Carnival Cruise Line website. So again, we will have to look in the coming week to see if these changes on the Carnival Cruise Line website happen with other cruise lines as well. But basically, if you have your booster shot and if you are up to date, so to speak, you can take your pre-cruise COVID-19 test within 3 days before your cruise rather than 2 days. Now, to be honest, when I first saw this, I thought, could it become confusing for people? Like, for instance, what happens if my husband had his booster shot and I didn't have mine yet? Then will we get kind of confused? Will this confuse passengers? So that is potentially something that I kind of think of. Please let me know your thoughts below when we're all used to 2 days, but 3 days is more practical, a little bit easier. So I guess that is something good. But again, we only see this on the Carnival Cruise Line website at the time that I'm filming, but I am expecting that all of the cruise lines are going to update their information within the next few days. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, when it comes to masks on board and other similar protocols, it looks like this will be at the discretion of the cruise line. And we've already seen that some cruise lines have announced that they are going to be easing up on the mask protocol. So our most recent easing up is coming from Carnival, where they're saying that masks on board when you are inside the cruise ship will be recommended and not required. And of course, we also have Royal Caribbean, we have Celebrity, and we have Norwegian Cruise Line that have all eased up their mask protocols as well. And what we'll need to do now is continue to look on the cruise line websites to see if there will be a change as well towards the end of February or early March, as these other cruise lines have done. Now, what about boosters? Will they be required by the cruise lines? Now, by the fact that none of the cruise lines so far have opted into that vaccination standard of excellence, where basically almost everybody has to have that booster, it looks like this is not happening right now. However, cruise lines like Carnival, Princess, you can see this on their website, they do indicate that if the CDC does change fully vaccinated, the definition of that to being people that are up to date with their booster, that they would be changing that as well. So it is something to be aware of. Now, they do point out as well that if you are planning to get a booster, if you would need to have that, to make sure that you get that at least 7 days before your cruise. Now, whether or not the CDC requires this, or perhaps you're doing a cruise that requires international travel, this is something to think about and plan for, perhaps for the future. Now, of course, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but I did want to make you aware, in case you are thinking about getting your booster shot, that you do calculate that 7 days. So I'd love to know what you think, and if you're happy with some of the changes that may be coming up the road, if this makes you feel more or less confident in cruising and the cruise industry, and if you think that things are going in the right direction and getting a little bit easier. Please let me know down in the comments below. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.